Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're taking a pretty terrifying trip into the near future. I want you to fast forward with me to the year 2030. Picture a world where the apps on your phone don't just, distract you from your homework. They literally rewrite your reality. We're going to unpack a seriously chilling cautionary tale about a new platform called the Fame app. If you've ever found yourself obsessing over a follower count or getting caught up in the hype of going viral, well, buckle up. This is a super suspenseful look at what happens when the ultimate quest for clout goes completely off the rails.
Seriously, think about that for a second. What if your followers controlled your reality? It sounds like an absolute nightmare, right? But in this 2030 scenario, that's just the fundamental rule of the game. Look, we all know the feeling of wanting a little validation online. It's human nature. But the Fame app, it takes that human greed and that desperate desire for attention and pushes it to an absolute extreme. In this world, the boundary between the digital space and the physical world is just gone. Your audience isn't just watching you through a screen anymore, they are literally dictating the terms of your physical existence.
1 million. Now, on the Fame app, hitting 1 million followers isn't just some vanity metric where you get a shiny little plaque in the mail. No way. 1 million followers is the exact threshold you have to hit to unlock the platform's legendary top-secret prize. It's basically the ultimate carrot dangled in front of desperate users, making them do whatever it takes, literally whatever it takes, just to watch that counter tick up to 7 digits. So what exactly do you get when you finally hit that magic number?
You unlock the God Mode chip. And guys, this isn't a software update. It's a physical piece of technology that completely obliterates the line between a digital screen and the real world. Just imagine looking at your actual physical life the way you look at a photo editing app. Bank account looking a little low? Just type in a few extra zeros. Want a luxury car? Drag and drop it right into your driveway. You can even edit a person's actual fate. It gives the user absolute, horrifying real-world power.
Section 1. The hunger for virality and the addiction to fame. Let's meet our main character, Rohan. He's just a normal college student, but he is completely starving for virality. On day 1, he's out there doing reckless physical stunts. Typical stuff, right? But the algorithm always demands more. By day 15, his desperation pushes him to click on a super shady dark web link. And by day 30, he is totally hooked. The app starts feeding him what it calls impossible challenges. The system has its claws in him, dragging him deeper and deeper into this sinister digital underworld.
And this right here is the trap. On one hand, the promise is almost impossible to resist. You complete one dark challenge, and boom, your bank account floods with millions of real rupees. The wealth, the followers, it all feels so real. But the actual reality? It's so much darker. To get that fake wealth, Rohan is being completely exploited. The app is literally feeding on human greed, turning him into a willing pawn in a brutal game where the actual cost is his humanity and the real-life people around him.
Which brings us to the ultimate breaking point. The app drops his next impossible challenge. Block your oldest friend forever. I just want you to let that sink in for a second. In our world today, if you block someone, it just means they can't DM you or see your latest post, right? It stings, sure, but it's just digital. Rohan thinks this is just another virtual hoop to jump through to keep all his newfound wealth. So he hovers over that button, thinking about the money, the fame, the God Mode chip, and he makes his choice. But this block button isn't just digital. It deletes reality. The absolute second Rohan taps that button on his screen, his oldest friend literally vanishes from the physical world, just erased. Imagine the sheer horror, that crushing, suffocating guilt of realizing your obsession with digital popularity just caused the literal deletion of a human being you actually care about. The cost of his fame isn't just a lost connection anymore. It's a loss of life.
Section 2. When tech meets horror. The social experiment.
It hits Rohan way too late that Fame was never actually an entertainment platform. It is a deeply unethical, twisted social experiment designed to pit humans against each other. On the app interface, sure, it's all just cold numbers and algorithm-driven metrics. But in Rohan's real life, his followers have broken out of the screen. They are physically standing outside of his house, and they have these expressionless, blank faces with glowing camera lenses for eyes, just staring at him. They don't see a human being. They only see content.
It's a literal tech nightmare bleeding straight into real life. I mean, how do you even escape when your followers are waiting outside your front door? And they definitely aren't there to ask for autographs. They're there to consume him. The suspense in this moment is absolutely suffocating.
Rohan is trapped inside his own house, completely surrounded by this soulless audience that he just spent months desperately trying to attract. The exact thing he thought would give him power has become his ultimate prison.
Then, the app issues its final ultimatum. Rohan has to go on a live stream and figure out how to bring his friends back. If he fails to entertain them, or if he just refuses to play along, his followers aren't just going to hit the unfollow button, they're going to unsubscribe him. And in the twisted reality of the Fame app, getting unsubscribed means physical termination. It is literally a live or die broadcast. He has to beat the algorithm at its own game while the entire world is watching.
Section 3. The climax. Crashing the system. With his actual life on the line, Rohan grabs his Sony ZV-E10 camera, points it right back at that soulless crowd, and broadcasts the unvarnished truth, creating a raw, viral feedback loop that completely overloads the Fame app's servers and crashes the entire system, shattering its hold over the real world.
Okay, so Rohan survived the climax, but this sci-fi nightmare really holds a mirror up to us right now. Turning social interaction into a toxic competition destroys our humanity. Look, we might not have God mode chips or followers with camera lenses for eyes quite yet, but we absolutely live in a world that rewards us for treating each other like content. When we prioritize views over actual real-world relationships, we're basically playing an early version of the Fame app game. And that emotional cost of losing real friends for digital popularity, yeah, that's already happening every single day.
Section 4. The Digital Survival Guide, Resisting the Fame Machine. So for all of you watching this explainer who are growing up right in the middle of this attention economy, here is your practical survival guide. Number 1. Follower counts do not define your real-world worth. Period. Numbers on a screen are just numbers. Number 2. Treat your friends as people, never just as content for your views. Real loyalty is going to be a viral moment every single time. Number 3. Recognize when an algorithm is exploiting your emotions. If an app makes you feel angry, jealous, or desperate, it's doing that on purpose to keep you hooked. And number 4. Disconnect to protect your reality. Put the phone down and go live in the physical world.
I want to end this explainer with a question for you to really sit with and think about. If you had the God mode chip today, if you had the absolute unchecked power to edit your life just for likes, what would you accidentally destroy in the name of fame? It's a pretty heavy thought, but it's one we all need to answer before the technology actually catches up with our ambition. Stay grounded, protect your reality, and thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.